Hey guys, it's Ben here with AssessmentDay, the test experts that are here to help you with your psychometric tests and teach you how, with practice, you can master them. Today, we're going to share with you our top tips for numerical reasoning questions. So you may have seen our previous videos in our numerical reasoning series where we went through some example questions. If not, be sure to check it out. I'll put a link in the description below. For everyone else, let's move on to the tips. Number 1, know what maths to expect. Numerical reasoning tests may seem daunting at first, but they're actually far simpler than GCSE mathematics. They're comprised of 7 core mathematical calculations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, averages, percentages, and ratios. Percentage change questions can be difficult for people who don't know how to do them, but for that we have a video which you can check out here. Now remember, you are allowed a calculator in these tests, so as long as you know how to deal with the 7 core mathematical principles, you'll be good to go with any of the questions that they throw at you. On to test tip number 2. 2. Have a strategy. A lot of the differences we see in the test scores are not simply just down to their numerical reasoning ability. The first thing you want to do is find out what the question is about. Look at the title and the main categories. Try not to focus on all the numbers at once. Then it's key to read the question, as you need to pinpoint what numbers you need to focus on. Strategies like this will help you navigate through questions which at first can seem very complex and overwhelming. 3. Be in a comfortable environment. You could be someone who's fantastic at maths, but if you're unfamiliar with the test format, or in an environment that's distracting, or very nervous, you could very well underperform and get a bad score. In order to achieve that high score, you need to have a clear strategy and be in a comfortable environment. On to number 4. 4. Check how much time you have for each question. Before you start the test, pay attention to how many questions you have to answer and how long you have to answer them. It could be 20 minutes for the whole test, or it could be 30 seconds per question. Naturally, some questions will take longer than others, but that's why it's important for you to gauge how long it takes you typically to finish a question. If you feel like you're spending too long on a question, it may be best to simply move on so you're not wasting too much time. Tip number 5. 5. Know how to read graphs and tables. In a lot of these questions, you'll be presented with tables and graphs that contain a lot of data. So it's extremely important that you are able to quickly digest and interpret this data, as you don't want to be wasting any time that you could be using for doing calculations. Just looking at tables and graphs to see how you can digest that data. It may be tempting to look at all the data at once, but this is a bad idea. Start instead by looking at the axes and the titles, as this will give you the best pinpoint of what the data is about. Pro tip: pay attention to the units used. Sometimes the units in the table and the answer may be different. 6. Master your calculator. Use a calculator that you're familiar with. We recommend a standard calculator rather than a computer or a phone. They're just typically easier to use. Understanding important functions and shortcuts on your calculator can help you save valuable seconds. 7. Have rough paper to use. While these tests are mainly online, that doesn't mean that you won't need a pen and paper, as this is typically where you'll spend most of your time doing the calculations. And finally, our main tip is 8. Practice, practice, practice. You'll be familiar with the types of questions asked, you'll know how to approach them and how much time to spend on them. Start to notice certain patterns that occur in these tests. Now, we'd love to hear how you're getting on with these tests, so let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more practice test tips. So keep practicing, and we'll see you in the next tutorial.